Alright, so I saw American Horror House over the weekend, the sci-fi original movie, and skip this movie. I don't even know, there's nothing original about it. It's a ghost movie, and okay, so the plot, there's this little girl who kills her parents, and and then it's like cuts to years later. You don't find out like who the girl really is until the very end, and it's, I guess, a twist ending, but it doesn't really matter because you don't really care. You shouldn't if you're someone who enjoys suspense, because this movie, it cuts later and there's this older woman who is running this, who's like hosting a sorority house or this college campus, and she comes off as creepy. At least what the intentions were. She's not that intimidating, really, but anyway, she she's supposed to be like the serial killer. I'm trying to remember if she actually kills anyone, but like there's ghosts in the sorority house, and the ghosts kill other people, and and then the people become a ghost, and then they kill more people. It's not exciting. It doesn't really work just because of the directing. The director, I don't remember his name. I was getting a glass of water or something when the opening credits were going, because the opening, it didn't seem that creepy, but it wasn't creepy to me. But I could have seen it like as like a B movie opening and having some interesting parts later on, but because it was this girl singing "Itsy Bitsy Spider." I guess it was supposed to be creepy, but what's it called? A nursery rhyme. I've seen that same method used in another movie, and that movie was better than this one, but still wasn't a great movie. But this movie, it's just a ghost movie that kills people. It's not. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be really scary, just because I haven't seen a good scary movie in a long time, and because it's on sci-fi, and the last few horror ghost movies have been really dumb. This movie's not as bad as Haunted High. It's because at least with this movie with the comic relief, it's sometimes works. I guess. I mean, I could see if the movie was better and the characters were more interesting, the comic relief could have worked. Like, they immediately use sex appeal in like the first 10 minutes, because for some reason they have to have these girls are trying to join the sorority, and they're going through like an initiation, and like thinking, you have the whole like cliche thinking that they're actually being kidnapped, and then they're brought into this thing, and they have like really stupid lines like, "You're not going to get away with this. My dad knows a really good lawyer," and it's just really dumb. But then, like that dialogue was really boring, and just because some of the actors that delivered it were really bad, but there was other dialogue that could have worked if this movie was better, like because they have to steal something from the fraternity, and I don't know why I said it fraternity, because it's not saturnity, it's sorority. But they steal things from the fraternity house, but they have to do it in their underwear. These girls, and their guy answers the door because three of them are like trying to distract him while the other girl goes and steals the thing. But the guy says like, "If you're Jehovah's Witnesses, I am ready to be saved." And I mean, I'm sure you can find a million other pieces of dialogue like that in movies, but I don't know, could have worked in better context. But the worst thing about it is just the things that were supposed to be scary were just turned out so goofy. In the like right after you get the opening scene with the girl, where you see the girl and sitting on the bed with her dead parents, it cuts to this girl who's coming late to violin practice or something, and her sorority house at the same time. I don't know. She's late to like two things, but she practices violin, and immediately like that somehow like summons a ghost, and it's like walking in the middle in like in broad daylight because the room's all lit up and it's sunny outside, and so immediately any suspense you could have had with the ghosts are now dead. No pun intended. Ghost dead anyway, but yeah, and then like other things, there's supposed to be like there's the director films like hands coming out of places they shouldn't, like behind people or out of like closets, clumps of clothes and stuff. They're human hands, and there's nothing creepy about them. They're just like the camera makes, or the music score makes obvious sounds, so like, oh, it's happening now, the hand is out. But the worst, the music score is, it sounds like it should be in a Disney movie. Like, in a lot of times, in a lot of instances, it's all like giddy and happy sounding, and it's really off-putting because the characters will be like angry and they'll be like dee 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 dee, and I don't know. But Haunted High was a much worse movie just because acting was worse in that movie, and the deaths weren't as the deaths in this movie. There's a few okay deaths scenes. The gore looks acceptable for, it doesn't look unrealistic all the time. The first death, I mean, you see the parents dead, but there's another death after that where you actually see someone die, and it's kind of original. I mean, you've seen it in a lot of movies like Cube, but like it's the whole like getting diced into pieces, but it's guitar strings that do that. They like wrap around her, and like then the lady, this other lady, I don't know. There's this one lady that has like nothing to do with the movie because I think she's a ghost. She's been dead for, I think they said 16 years, but she doesn't come into plots really. There's the other old woman is like has to do with the twist ending, but this girl like gets diced into pieces with guitar wires, and like the strings are attached to this one guitar that the old lady like tunes, and then that makes them tighten, and she gets diced. You can tell it's kind of like computer edited the way that she falls apart, but it was okay. At least it's not something boring. But then there's other things where a dead girl rips out this guy's tongue. It's like connected to his esophagus and lungs, which I don't think tongues are actually attached to any tubes in the throat, but yeah, she pulls out his lungs like that. But it's okay. It works. And then there's another one where the old lady who's like dressed in a mascot outfit stabs a girl in the eye with a bottle, and it looks all right. It looks like a bottle could actually be going in the eye, and there's blood, but then like blood fills up like all the way to the bottle, which wouldn't work because that's not how liquid and gravity work together. There is one scene where it could be disturbing. You could call it disturbing if you're an animal lover, and that's all I'll say about that. Kind of caught me off guard just because the way the camera panned, but it's not. It didn't make this movie intense or anything. It's just kind of a added thing. It's like, okay, yeah. This movie doesn't save itself at all. The ending is dumb. The twist ending. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you don't really, doesn't really aha moment you. It just is there to be a twist, to no like finale. It doesn't add to the finale. It doesn't make you care anymore. It's just an ending, and this movie wasn't scary, wasn't good. Some of the actors were okay, a lot of them weren't. The music really distracted from the atmosphere. It made it just that much worse. So skip this movie.